My name's Liam Robinson. I've been a multimedia resource developer here at EQL and Learner Labs for the past 5 years, and I started back in 2013. My primary role here is the production of any sort of marketing and graphical materials that are needed for both the companies. Alongside that, I also produce all of the content for Learner Labs, such as the videos or the interactive guides that the students use. At GCSE level, I took subjects such as art, history and English, which I did okay in, but I was recommended to try media studies at sixth form, which I took on and quite enjoyed. So starting with that, I went on to take an interactive design course at Newcastle College, which then led into a design and multimedia course at Sunderland University. So even up to sort of high school level, I was still unsure of what I wanted to be when I'd grown up, even though I was grown up at that point. The recommendation of the media studies for sixth form actually stuck quite well, because I've always been a big fan of film and media, but never realised there was a critical element to it, which could be sort of looked into and expanded. But yeah, I enjoyed being able to sort of critically analyse a film and actually get a qualification and, good credit for doing that, which is probably a bad habit I had anyway, but doing it as a qualification was actually great. I think growing up I either wanted to be a vet or an artist based on my TV obsessions of Art Attack and Hannibal Hospital respectively. I was pretty obsessed with those shows growing up, but given that being a vet was a lot more difficult to actually get qualifications for, I think I stuck with art in the background, even though I was still unsure at high school level. When I started at Equality Learning, it was actually my first proper job outside of university. I'd done sort of retail work before that, but this is the first time I had a proper office-based job. So when I first started, I was a little unconfident and just unsure of my ability to sort of have a high-end job. However, being here for 5 years now, I've noticed that my confidence has been built up from it. And as such, I've become completely responsible for one of the products that the company produces now, which is the Learner Labs content, which means I'm given full responsibility to create the videos, create the tutorials, and it's all my ideas that go forward now, rather than getting an instruction and having to just complete it. And when it was noted that I had an interest in photography, the management gave me the opportunity to actually take control of the video production work as well, which means I'm the one who's sent out to do any of the filming work that we do for any of the companies, such as interviews or live action tutorial work. So I had a few retail jobs before I started, and with this job I've been given the freedom to produce my own work and direct my own work and decide what's being created and why it's being created, rather than just sort of doing as you're told. So yeah, when it comes to producing the Learner Labs content, I'm trusted to come up with my own ideas, decide what's best for the student to learn from this program, and just go ahead and do the job. With our company currently expanding, I'm taking an interest in social media, which is something I've had experience just doing my own social media, but never as a company-based one. And it seems to be where a lot of graphics and design jobs are going these days, as it's pretty much how most companies get a market. It's all social media now, it's all video content and sort of anything like GIFs or just image production. So it seems to be where the market's currently going design-wise. I would say focus on developing your skills and have faith that the work you're producing is good, even if you doubt yourself. And when people are complimenting your work, take the compliments and just know you know what you're doing.